All right, here we are once again, ladies and gentlemen. Had I not got the notification on my phone during my Burning Shores stream earlier today, I wouldn't have known that a brand new Dragon Ball Super chapter dropped today. So, good to see you, Psycho. Always fantastic to see you here. Let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? And get started with more Dragon Ball Super. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another Dragon Ball Super chapter reaction and review. Last we left off in the story of Dragon Ball, we pretty much saw the events leading up to Dragon Ball Superhero, which I've watched recently, and I'm like, okay, Piccolo out here channeling his inner Escanor, and then we got Gohan with Beast Gohan mode out here, shooting off special beam cannons with enough power to be seen from space, and I'm like, power. And all this is going on, and Goku and Vegeta are just steadily on Beerus's planet, just training, and then apparently Beerus has a thing for people like Chi Lai, so he's all like, yeah, you can stay. And Whis is all like, well, Lord Beerus does have a type, and I'm like, is this the reason why he was partial to Bulma? Does he have an affinity towards women with like pixie cuts or whatever? Like short bobs or short hairstyles or whatever? Because her hairstyle kind of reminds me of Bulma a little bit. Also, Bulma using the Dragon Balls to keep herself young, like getting butt extensions and making herself look young over and over and over again. And she literally has her 24/7 search crews keeping an eye out for the Dragon Balls whenever she makes a wish. Just magical butt extensions. Now we know why Bulma continues to look young the way she does. She gets like minor cosmetic surgery for every wish. She's not wishing for immortality, but she's just wishing for cosmetic surgery to keep herself young looking, despite, still aging. So it's like, okay. So happy that your boy Gohan got justice. I'm glad too, because let me tell y'all, I was hot and heated when he says like, well, when Piccolo says like, Gohan, why aren't you going out to get your daughter? And Gohan was all like, well, we have you for that, Piccolo. Well, we don't we have you? Well, can't you do that or stuff like that? I was mad at him. But then when I saw how both Pan and Piccolo kind of orchestrated him getting angry in order to go over to where the Red Ribbon Army was, that dude got so mad, his whole aura, his whole Super Saiyan aura just obliterated the ground underneath half of his house, causing his house to tip in. And I was thinking, oh, so he does have that fighting spirit when you threaten his family. And it's enough to literally destroy the earth underneath him. And then he got angrier when it seemed like his daughter was getting even more harmed, and he overwhelmed everybody. And I'm like, okay, there he is. Then to find out that he's been practicing special beam cannon in his spare time, actually secretly training, but not to the degree that Piccolo does, it was kind of endearing, considering that Gohan and Piccolo have been, close for so many years. So for Gohan to take not only the Kame and Masenko, but also to incorporate the special beam cannon into his repertoire as well? Interesting. Also, Beast Gohan's hair, incredibly large and spiky. Interesting. Also, Broly is there training with Goku and Vegeta, still trying to learn how to rein in his anger and everything. But that's the movie. But last we left off, it pretty much spelled out the events of Dragon Ball Superhero. At least the beginning of the movie was pretty much the last chapter we got of Dragon Ball. So now we get to see what happens in the story of Dragon Ball in chapter 92. And like it says, we're not getting another chapter until May 18th. So it's going to be a hot minute before we get another one. Wait a minute. Okay. Dragon Ball Superhero Dragon Ball Superhero. Are you telling me these next chapters we're about to get is going to be telling out those events, but in page form? I feel like new, because it says Chapter 92, New Androids. I feel like I'm about to go through the entire Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, but in manga form. But let's go. Because last we left off, we had Gamma 2, who was the person that was going up against Piccolo when he saw him earlier, saying, like, I'm not going to tell you who I am because that's a secret. But Piccolo's in the air going, I recognize that symbol from back when I was God, or back when I was Kami. It's the mark of the Red Ribbon Army. Huh? Oopsie, looks like the jig is up. Wait, you were God? Tell me more. Why should I? Do your homework next time. Not in a sharing mood, huh? I can't sense your chi, which makes you a robot, or maybe an android. Who created you? Dang, you figured out that much? Good for you, I guess. But that's classified info too. Well, are you seriously here to fight me? Yep, today was supposed to be a basic trial run for me, but change of plans. You gotta bite the dust. Don't hold it against me, okay? Orders are orders. Yeah, let's get this over with. And then Gamma 2 just rushes him. And Piccolo dodges as Gamma 2 punches into his cape. And then he lands a solid blow on Gamma 2, and sends him flying away with a kick. And then Gamma 2 rights himself before he hits the ground and then launches right back at Piccolo with the same momentum and hits Piccolo square in the stomach, flips over him, and then delivers a massive axe kick to Piccolo's head. I feel like we're about to witness Dragon Ball Super superhero in manga form in its entirety. That's how I feel. But Piccolo gets axe kicked and sent into the ground. He's not sustaining damage. You must be an android after all. I gotta say, I thought you put up a decent fight. This kind of a letdown. I feel like it should be, this is kind of a letdown. This is kind of a letdown. And then Piccolo throws away his weighted clothes, and he immediately starts trying to punch where Gamma 2 is. Gamma 2 is dodging him, but he gets kicked away by Piccolo. And then Gamma 2 rights himself, and then 2 pulls out his pistol and shoots in the direction of Piccolo, and manages to hit him in the shoulder. And then he just barrages Piccolo with all these shots. And as he's grinning, thinking he's done something, a long outstretched arm grabs Gamma 2 and slams him into the wall. Because, Piccolo can, stretch his arms. And he starts beating up on Gamma in the face. I see. It can grow back then. Neato! Lesson learned. What? And then Gamma 2 kicks him away. And then Gamma 2 is the one who's landing all of the blows on Piccolo. And then he stops by elbowing him in the chest. Yeah, I got a full read on your moves now. Piccolo tries to hit him, but Gamma 2 backflips away from him. And then Piccolo starts firing in the direction of where Gamma 2 is, and Gamma just jumps away. Then he pulls his gun out, and then he twists the nozzle on the back, and he charges up a big, massive blast and shoots it at Piccolo. Say bye-bye. And then he shoots at Piccolo, and then there's just a massive explosion from where Piccolo is. And he's just sitting there, and then Gamma 2 is just sitting there in the dust cloud going, blasted away to zilch. Aw, man, I wanted to see him dead, just to be sure. And then Gamma 2 flies out of the cloud, not knowing that Piccolo is still alive. Since I've seen the movie, I kind of already know how things are going to go in manga form. But we're just seeing it in manga form. I can't let him roam free. And then it shows Gamma 2 flying off while Piccolo follows behind him. What a trek. Where are we headed? And then it cuts to Gamma 2 flying towards what looks to be like a giant lake on a massive plateau. And Piccolo lands and he goes, what is this place? And Gamma 2 lands inside, and Piccolo follows behind as numerous people greet Gamma 2. Hey there, Gamma! You're back, sir? Sure am. Welcome back. And Piccolo lands behind one guard, grabs him from behind, beats up on him, and then proceeds to take his clothes in order for him to, follow with Gamma 2, who goes through what looks to be like a holographic camouflage door. And he enters in, and as he keeps going, he sees that there's an entire facility inside this mountain area. So what looks on the outside to be like a massive lake is in fact basically a hologram. It's fake, as there's this whole facility underneath.
This is no lake at all.
And then it cuts to him seeing Gamma 2 fly into this facility off into the distance.
Up there, huh?
Welcome back, Gamma. Good to see you back, bud. And then it cuts to Piccolo, who's shifting and trying to sneak in.
Gamma?
Soldier number 94, is this your post?
Yes, sir. I was reassigned to guard duty, sir.
Reassigned, huh? Nobody informed me. Rookies like you are meant to be on front gate duty, number 44, number 94.
Well, truth is, I was hoping for a chance to stand guard in the inner chamber.
Hey, why not give him a shot? I got your spot covered, rookie. Get in there and learn a thing or two.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. You just want to take it easy out here. And then Piccolo goes inside. And we are in the main hub. This is Dragon Ball Superhero. So the next couple of chapters we're going to be getting is literally revolving around the movie. So if you've seen the movie, you already know what's about to happen in these chapters. But he gets into the main control room, and he notices, and we see the grandson of the, what is his name? I forget his name. I forget the main head honcho's guy's name, who's in charge of the Red Ribbon Army. I remember Carmine, but I forget the other guy. And then I know there's Dr. Hedo, who I, for some odd reason, gave a German accent when I first saw him, but after hearing the English dub of Dragon Ball Superhero, I can't give him that voice anymore. But we see Dr. Hedo in here with Gamma 1 and 2.
Splendid work out there, Gamma 2. We saw the whole thing play out through your eyes.
Thank you, Dr. Hedo. You went overboard for a mere trial, number 2. Bite me, number 1.
Wait, there's another one?
And then, as Piccolo's watching, one of the guards notices, and then he flips his visor down, because, you know, Piccolo has green skin, and that can kind of stand out.
No, you showed good judgment. But next time, remember to strike a pose both when you first appear and for the big finisher, okay?
Not great if that's your affiliation. Not great that your affiliation got blown, though.
Huh. Only because you insisted on the red ribbon symbols.
Did you confirm a corpse? A corpse? Nah, no need. Dude got vaporized to atoms. You lack vigilance. Come on, you saw how it went down. Nobody could have survived that. And then Gamma number 1 pops into the feed, and he goes, watch closely. Huh? And as it zooms in into the cloud from where Gamma 2 thought he completely obliterated Piccolo, it shows Piccolo actually escaping from it. That could be anything. Suppose that was Piccolo. He could expose our operation to the enemy cabal. Relax, we'll be fine. Not like they could ever find this hidden base. And if the secret does get out, then we get to take down their nasty gang, all at once. So take that stick out of your butt, number 1.
Cabal? What cabal?
No, you're too careless. And then it cuts to Carmine, who turns on a feed that shows Goku and Vegeta.
This is Son Goku, whom we believe to be a mid-tier lieutenant.
Funny hairdo.
And this is Vegeta, not foes to be trifled with. Then there's the horrific Majin Buu, and Hercule, whose true strength eludes us.
Rest easy. I've already proven that my masterpieces, the Gammas, are more than capable in combat.
And, you know, I forget his name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't really remember it.
Even King Piccolo was easily dealt with, right, Gamma 2?
Yup, too easy. It sucked.
Sure.
And Piccolo takes offense to this.
We expected no less from the grandson of the genius Dr. Giraud.
I'm a mega genius, remember? Once my Gammas eradicate the entirety of that powerful dastardly secret organization, starting with Bulma herself, It's only a matter of time before you can dominate this whole rotten world.
Yeah, about that, Dr. Hedo. When's Cell Max gonna be done and ready?
Cell Max?
A needless concern, the gammas make Cell Max not essential.
Answer the question.
This fella, huh?
And then it zooms in on what appears to be Cell, but not Cell. It's a different type of cell. Like imperfect Cell, but bigger.
Gah!
Keep it down, number 94.
Sorry, sir.
Well, he requires a bit more time.
Huh? But you said it was mostly done.
Yes, Cell Max's body is largely complete, but the control program for his mind can't be rushed.
Listen, I've done enough waiting.
Let me say this, Commander Magenta.
Magenta.
Your patience will be rewarded with unimaginable power. I'm working on no less than exactly what you ordered.
Sounds like you ain't so fond of Cell Max. Maybe you would have finished it already if you weren't so obsessed with those gammas.
I admit it, I don't relish using Dr. Giroux's plans as a blueprint, but I assure you I'm not dragging my feet. Cell is a type of android that requires a slow drip of special cells in order to grow, so naturally the process is going to take some time. Instead of complaining, you should commend me for creating the gammas, an efficient use of the downtime, no?
And then Magenta gets mad and upset.
Enough of that crap! I want Cell Max up and running now! Haste makes waste, Commander. This beast is a veritable monster that far outclasses the previous Cell. All will be for naught if we were to unleash him prematurely.
Is that so?
With no way to control him, Cell Max could destroy the very world you hope to rule over. In the meantime, allow the gammas to dispose of the villains that threaten us. Then you can activate Cell Max and reveal your might to the world at large.
And I'm supposed to trust you all on that?
But of course.
This is bad.
And then it cuts to Piccolo, who goes outside of the facility, and he hides behind some bushes as he calls up Bulma.
To what do I owe this rare pleasure?
Is Vegeta there, Bulma?
He's with Lord Beerus. What a shocker, right?
Hey, 94.
Hey. And Goku's with him?
Gee, how'd you guess?
Don't you have a device for contacting Whis? Tell him to tell those two to get back here now.
Why? What's wrong?
I can't get into the details, but we're staring down a new crisis.
Fine. I'll reach out.
Great, thanks. There's no time to lose, though. What can I do? We might be needing sensu beans.
And then it cuts to Piccolo just flying off in the air at breakneck speeds, right next to a guard who kind of second guesses himself and thinks, huh? A bird? And then Piccolo just flies into the air. And he flies outside of the protective dome. And then it cuts to Capsule Corps with Bulma looking for the device used to contact Whis.
Where is it? That device. Oh, come on. Where could it be?
And then it cuts to Korin's tower as he's talking to Korin and Yajirobe.
So, you get the picture?
Uh-huh. Sounds like a big deal. Uh-oh. Sorry, we only got 2 left.
Still, much appreciated.
Careful out there, Kami-sama.
Yeah, I'm not him anymore.
Oh, right.
And then his phone starts ringing. And then it's Bulma on the phone.
Bulma, did you reach out to them?
Sorry, I can't find the device anywhere. I was sure I left it somewhere around here.
You've gotta be kidding. This could get rough. This could get rough without Goku and Vegeta.
I get it already. Let me keep looking.
Great, you do that. Thanks. Based on my own battle, I'd say those gammas are about on par with Goku and Vegeta themselves.
How about Son Gohan? You once said that he could be the strongest guy on the planet if he put his mind to it.
He's little use to us right now.
No, too bad.
The enemy probably knows 17 and 18's exploits from Dr. Hedo's data. And Majin Buu happens to be down for a long nap right now.
Then who's left exactly?
You're looking at him. I guess it's up to me. Oh, hang on. Maybe Dende can give me what I need.
And both Korin and Yajirobe look confused at Piccolo. And then it cuts to Bulma, who's still searching for it.
How could I lose that thing?
and then it shows a little dinosaur gnawing on the device meant to call up Whis.
There it is!
And then it cuts to Lord Beerus's planet as his staff goes off, but he's watching fighting going on. And then the fighting gets even more intense as he flies up in the air to avoid, getting any dirt on him. But his staff gets knocked away into a nearby forest. This did not happen in the movie. His staff gets knocked away into a nearby forest, and it continues to ring as Bulma is trying to contact him. And then out of the dust, we see Goku. And as he gets up, we see a hand blast down, and the hand blasting down in front of him causes Goku to put his hands up. But who is it who comes out of the dust? Who's fighting Goku on Lord Beerus's planet? It's Broly! And Broly is fighting him with everything he's got. And Goku is dodging all of his moves, and then Broly keeps getting more and more intense as the fight goes on, and he manages to headbutt Goku and send him flying towards one of the giant trees that are on Beerus's planet. But Goku evades it, and then he comes right back around, and he starts flying towards Broly, and Goku manages to land a hit on Broly's arm. And they're both just looking at each other, and then they jump backwards. And then Goku just looks at him. Nice one. You're getting the hang of this fighting stuff. Yeah, but it's still tricky. You'll get used to it bit by bit. Pretty soon you'll be fighting with the level head without snapping into a rage. This time we're gonna kick things up a notch, okay? Okay. I'm ready, Son Goku. Now, here's the thing. We may have seen similar events happen in the movie, but we're getting far more dialogue from Broly than we did in the movie. We didn't even get like a whole big skirmish from Broly. We didn't even get like a whole big skirmish of Broly versus Goku all that much. Like we saw the end of it, and then Goku's all like, "Hold on, calm down. You're getting kind of rage-filled again." But now we're getting just a little bit more of it in these chapters. Interesting. So it's nice to see Broly in these official chapters. It's nice to see him there. But that's pretty much the end of this chapter, with Goku and Broly preparing to, train and face off against each other in these chapters. That's the end of chapter 92. So the reason why I'm not as irate and not as loud as I am reacting to the things that are happening in this chapter is simply because a lot of the story beats in this chapter are from the movie that I've already seen. Specifically, the whole Red Ribbon Army revival thing that's happening right now. So only time will tell if the chapters themselves will follow everything that's happened in the movie as the chapters go on. Because these chapters are pretty much telling the story of Dragon Ball Superhero through its pages. If you've seen the movie, you can kind of get a rough idea about what's going to happen next if this is the new story beat we're going to be going on. And since the movie, I wouldn't say the movie went too fast, but there's only so many chapters it's going to be able to dedicate to the Dragon Ball Superhero movie before we move on to the next arc or the next story beat for Dragon Ball Super. So I don't think these chapters concerning the movie itself being translated into the official storyline for Super is going to last very long. I don't think it's going to be, because there's only so much you can do using information from a movie and then turning it into chapters. These aren't episodes. This is going to be a movie translated to chapters. But don't expect my reactions to certain things to be as big as I rate, simply because I've already seen this story in the movie. So it's nice to read these chapters, but my excitement as far as thinking that I'm going to see something completely unseen or a surprise about what happens with Piccolo and Gohan, all the stuff, I've already seen that stuff because of the movie. So we'll see how much the manga changes in accordance to the movie and how it translates to the manga itself. But we got a whole month before we can get to the next story beat. And who knows how much is going to change from the manga to the movie to manga again. So we're just going to have to check and see. No, oh no, Super Saiyan Blue Broly, that's scary. Here's the thing, Broly doesn't even need to access Blue. Because remember, the legendary Super Saiyan is, well, basically a type of Saiyan that can just get almost infinitely stronger. Because Broly would not, because remember, during the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly, at least the movie, he just kept getting stronger, kept getting more refined in his fighting style, and getting to a point where him clashing with Goku pushed them into another dimension entirely, and that's how strong their fighting was. And this was Goku, and this was Vegito. No, I think this was Gogeta. I think it was Gogeta. Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta up against Broly, and their clashes were literally causing them to spill into different dimensions. That is just Broly without refining his fighting. He doesn't need any of the higher echelons of Super Saiyan Blue because that's just more power. His legendary Super Saiyan state where his eyes go completely white and he just goes completely mental, that's already at a degree where Goku and Vegeta have to combine their skills in order to fight him. Can you imagine if Broly got access to Super Saiyan Blue, let alone Super Saiyan God? Because Super Saiyan God is first in that long line after the regular Super Saiyans. First, he's got to get access to God Ki and then enter into the beyond nature of that. Imagine how much powerful he would get with that much power. Too much! It's too much power. Broly don't need that much. This Joker first need to get his emotions in check, because he'll lose himself in a fight, and if he loses himself in a fight, bye-bye everything. But we're just gonna have to see how Broly's training continues in the official manga. And we'll see how much further they'll move into the movie with the next chapter in May. But that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize if I took a little bit longer going through this chapter than I normally do. Or actually, I feel like I've gotten through this chapter a lot quicker simply because I already knew the story beats. I already knew the story beats going into this, so it was like, oh, I know what's happened here because I just recently saw the movie. So, yeah. We're just going to have to see just how much they're going to pour, how much of the movie they're going to pour into these manga chapters next month. So, to everyone here, all I can say at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!